Welcome to episode 3 of our exploration into Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes act in ways that don't make sense, even to yourself? Or why certain people or situations seem to push your buttons like nothing else? Join us as we dive into the fascinating world of the human mind, where logic often takes a backseat to emotion. What if you could spot these emotional traps before falling into them? Let's navigate the wild world of our irrational minds together and uncover how to make more informed decisions. 1. Everyday feelings versus strong emotions. We always have small feelings in the background, like wanting to be comfortable or happy. These gently affect how we think. But sometimes, we get hit with really strong emotions. These usually come from something outside us, like a person who annoys us or a difficult situation. When this happens, it's hard to think about anything else. The more we focus on the feeling, the stronger it gets. We might end up doing something we'll regret later. It's important to notice when this is happening. If we can catch ourselves getting too emotional, we can try to calm down before we do something silly. 2. Childhood memories and emotional triggers. When we were kids, everything affected us more strongly, especially how our parents treated us. These early experiences can leave lasting marks on our emotions. Sometimes, things that happen to us as adults can remind us of these old feelings without us realizing it. For example, imagine a man who had a mother who didn't pay much attention to him when he was little. As an adult, if his girlfriend seems a little unhappy with him, it might remind him of feeling ignored as a child. He might overreact, thinking she's going to leave him, even if that's not what's really happening. To deal with this, we need to try to notice when we're acting like a child or feeling emotions that seem too strong for the situation. If we can recognize these moments, we can step back and think about where these feelings might really be coming from. 3. Sudden good or bad luck. When something really good happens to us out of the blue, like winning a lot of money or getting famous overnight, it can be dangerous. Our brains release chemicals that make us feel amazing, and we might want to keep chasing that feeling. We might start thinking we're better than everyone else, or that we'll always be this lucky. The same thing can happen with sudden bad luck. If we lose something important or keep failing at things, we might start to think we're cursed, and that things will never get better. In both cases, it's important to slow down and balance our thinking. If something great happens, don't let it go to your head. If something bad happens, remember that it won't last forever. 4. Stress and pressure. When people are calm, they usually seem normal and in control, but put them under stress, and you might see a whole different side of them. They might get angry easily, become paranoid, or act childish. This happens because stress wakes up the oldest parts of our brains, the parts that deal with survival. These parts can overpower our ability to think clearly. If you notice yourself getting really stressed, take a step back. Try to find some alone time to calm down and think things through. Remember, everyone gets affected by stress, so don't think you're immune to it. 5. People who stir up strong feelings. Some people just naturally make others feel strong emotions. They might be really charismatic, making people either love them or hate them. Historical figures like Julius Caesar, or more recent ones like Bill Clinton, have had this effect on people. If you meet someone like this, try to notice how they affect not just you, but everyone around them. Do people seem unable to think clearly when this person is around? Do they talk about them all the time? If so, try to keep some emotional distance. Remember that even if they seem larger than life, they're still just human like everyone else, with their own flaws and insecurities. 6. Group emotions. When we're in a big group, like at a sports game or a political rally, we start to feel and act differently. It's hard not to get caught up in what everyone else is feeling. Our hearts beat faster, and we might cry more easily from happiness or sadness. Being in a group makes us want to fit in more than we want to think for ourselves. This can happen even online, like when a strong opinion spreads quickly on social media. While sometimes this can be positive, like when it brings people together for a good cause, it can also be dangerous. Some leaders try to use group emotions to make people angry or scared. If you notice this happening, try to step back and think for yourself. It's okay to avoid group situations if they're making you feel things you're not comfortable with. 7. The cycle of rationality and irrationality. Throughout history, there have been times when people seemed to become more rational and times when they became less rational. For example, ancient Greece had a period of great philosophy and early science, but it was followed by a time of superstition and intolerance. This kind of cycle has happened many times. Even today, with all our technology and knowledge, people still believe in things that don't make sense. There are still cult-like behaviors, witch hunts, even if we call them something else now, and people who blindly follow charismatic leaders. The most important thing to remember is that being rational is something each person has to work on for themselves. Just because society seems to be making progress doesn't mean everyone is becoming more rational. In fact, feeling like you're too smart to be irrational is often a sign that you're not thinking as clearly as you could be. In conclusion, our emotions and irrational tendencies are a big part of who we are as humans. By understanding these parts of ourselves better, we can work on making clearer, more thoughtful decisions. It takes practice and self-awareness, but it's a skill that can greatly improve our lives and relationships. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If something resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to others. Now, a quick reminder: make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. The content you consume is like food for your brain, so be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might start influencing your thoughts. Reflect on that. We're always accepting your contributions through subscriptions to our channel. Your support will help us with upcoming projects and ensure we continue delivering top-notch content. Join us by subscribing today.